Good morning, Super Readers! Thank you for joining us today in our Valley PBS classroom. I'm Mrs. Hammock.
I'm Mrs. Nix.
I'm Mrs. Bang.
And this is a place for us to learn, practice,
and grow our brains
to be even stronger readers, writers, and thinkers. So let's get started by warming our ears with ear training called Daily Phonemic Awareness. Okay, today I hope you are ready because we're going to do phoneme addition. Did you know you could do addition in reading?
Who knew?
I know!
This is amazing.
So all it is we're going to add a sound to a word and make a new word. So let me show you what I mean. If I have the word ape and I add the k to the beginning, now I have ape, cape. Did you hear it? Ape becomes cape. All right.
I heard it.
So that's
fun.
how you add a sound to a word. So let's try another one. Are you ready? Turn up those listening ears. All right, here's my word. Ace.
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 Okay.
Add the f sound to the beginning of ace.
Ace.
Oh, I think I got it.
Do you have it?
Ace.
What is it?
Face.
Excellent job. Did you get it at home too? It is a little tricky. All right, let's do one more. Here we go. I want you to listen for the word take. Take. And I want you to add a s. What did you get?
Take.
Steak.
Oh, what'd you get?
Steak.
Yes, great job. So take becomes steak. How'd you do? That is a little tricky. We'll be practicing that a few more times so you can get really good at it.
You know what though? That sounds like something that would be really fun to do with maybe our brothers and sisters in the car while we're driving around forever.
That's a great fun game. You don't need anything to do that except your words.
I loved it.
Fantastic.
How about we are traveling on a train?
Oh, woo, rain, train. Let's do it. Here we go.
Let's get up and move our body.
You ready? Come ride on the train with us. Get your train ready.
Here it goes. You ready?
Wow. That makes me want to go riding on a train.
Absolutely. So fun.
I loved it. I hope you guys all enjoyed it too.
Love it. Okay, speaking of train, you guys know our focus sound of the week has to do with the train card.
The train card.
So let's learn all about the train card.
All right, enjoy.
See ya.
So our focus of this week, boys and girls, remember, we are focusing on the train card. And the train card says A, which is what we call the long A sound. Now remember, every vowel can make two sounds. It can make the short vowel sound. It can also make the long vowel sound. And when it's a long vowel, it's my favorite because the vowel just say its name. So A says A. And look at all the different ways it's spelled, or the different ways we can spell that A sound. This week, we are focused on one of the spelling. We're going to be focusing on the A consonant, silent E. It's right here also. A consonant silent E. Because remember that silent E, or magic E, as I like to call it, or sometimes your teacher might call it a bossy E. All its job is to make that A say A. And don't forget, it doesn't make any sound. It's a quiet E. That's why sometimes we call it a silent E. So, are you guys ready to blend some words with the silent E and that long A sound? Okay, let's have some more friends join us and let's begin blending. But before we begin blending, are you guys ready? Here comes out. They were all telling me you guys were here ready. Hello, friends.
Good morning.
Okay, I want you guys to turn up that hearing, that listening ears. Let's practice. I have 2 pictures up here. I want to see if you guys can find that word with the A sound. Are you guys ready? Okay, so this is a picture of a train. Can we say it? Train. This is a picture of a hat. Which picture has the A sound? Did you guys hear it?
I think we agree, huh?
I think so too. You can say it.
Okay. It's the train.
Train.
Just like
says-
the card.
That's right. The train says A. Train. Good listening ears. So train says A, not hat. Hat says the A sound. Good job with your listening. Okay, now I know that your listening ears are turned on. Let's get ready to blend some words with the A sound. Okay, now remember this week we're focusing on that A consonant silent E, that silent E, or what I like to call the magic E. Remember,
I like that.
its job is to turn the A and make it say A, not A. So let's blend these words. Let's see if you guys can remember that WH. You guys remember? What does that sound?
What?
Good job. That's our digraph. Okay, let's blend together.
What?
Ale. What's my word?
Oh, wait, I forgot. No E.
No E.
Ale. Go really fast.
Whale.
What is it?
Whale.
Whale. Good job. Have you guys ever seen a whale?
No, I've never seen a whale before.
No. Oh, they are.
They don't have those in the forest.
They don't, because they do live in the ocean, don't they? Good. Okay, I have another word for us to blend. Are you guys ready? Okay, ready? This says
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Eight. Late.
oh, and I'm so glad you corrected yourself, because I heard the and then you went, oh no, there's that E at the end. Magic E. Remember, it makes the A say A.
Yeah, you know what I noticed? That I kind of had to stop before I read it and look at the whole word so I can see the E. Because if I just start reading it, then sometimes I say the wrong sound.
Oh, that was good thinking. When you read, don't just look at the first letter, look at all the letters, and then start blending. That's a very good tip, Rita. No wonder you love to read. That was a great reading tip. So as you read, look at all of the letters before we blend, because if we look at all the letters, we would have seen that the E was at the end, and we know that A was going to say A, and that E wasn't going to say anything. So this says late. Good thinking. I love that. That was a great tip. Okay, now how about we build some words? Are you guys ready to build some words?
Oh yeah, let's
Okay,
do that.
what if I wanted to build the word snake? Ooh, this is trickier. Snake. Say it really slow if you need to. Snake. Oh, snake. Okay.
Snake. Oh, it's got a blend at the beginning.
Does have a
yeah, I heard
blend.
it
What is
too.
it? What's that?
I think it has that S in.
Good job. That is a sn. S-N says sn. Good. Okay, what's the next sound we hear?
A. Well, it says A, so it must be the letter A.
Good job.
Yeah, I think so too.
Snake.
Ooh,
How do I
that's
spell
hard.
that k sound?
There's a couple of letters that can say the K
There
sound.
it is. Should we try them both?
Okay.
Okay. What was one letter you were thinking of?
Well, I know that sometimes that a C can say a K sound.
Snake. Oh, but remember.
Oh, yeah, we don't really put a C at the end.
behind it.
Yeah. Put a K. Yeah. That'll be it. That's it. Yeah,
Okay.
we got it. Woo!
Does that look better?
Oh.
Oh, do you want me to put it behind it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, but let's sound this out now. This says
Okay.
snack.
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute.
That was the
We
wrong
can't
word.
use a CK with a short vowel, and our
That's
word is not
right.
a short vowel word.
It's not.
It's snake, and not snack.
That's right. So, A. Remember, to make that A say A, what do we need to put at the end?
Okay, I think it has to have the magic E.
It does need the
So
magic
let's
E.
just put that over there.
But,
Oh.
uh-oh.
That looks like snacky.
No,
That-
we can't have the CK because that's only for short vowels.
That's right. So, which of the K should we spell it with? The C or the
Well,
K?
okay, I
Well, let's
know
see.
We can't put it with the C because the C is gonna say
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
good
Because the magic E has
thinking.
extra superpowers with C.
It does. And
You're so
we
smart. The
don't- we don't
CE
want
does
that.
say S, so we don't need the C. We need a
K.
Now let's look at it.
That was a lot of work.
Snake. How'd you do? You guys are doing such a great job. Oh, thank you. That was a tricky one,
We
wasn't
had to
it?
solve some problems.
Lots. And you guys held on and you guys figured it out without giving up. I'm so proud of you guys. Great job, you guys. Okay, I'm going to have my super readers read a sentence along with me, and I will join you guys later.
All right, bye,
you
Mrs.
guys.
Bang.
Okay, super readers. That was a tricky one, wasn't it? You notice how they didn't give up? They did not give up? That's right, they kept going and going, and then we got it right. So when you're reading or writing and something seems too hard, keep going because you'll get there. So let's practice reading this sentence together. Okay, ready? It says, we saw a snake late last night. How was your reading? Good job, and I'm glad we all know how to read that word, snake, because that took us some time, but it's okay. But look how much smarter we are because we can read it now. Now, speaking of being a good reader, you also need to know your high-frequency words. So let's see what word Mrs. Hammock is going to teach us today.
Hey, super readers. All right, so we had the word today yesterday, and we have some, way, why, and away. Today, we're going to work on the word some. Now, do you see? I know, but this is one of those tricky words. It does have an E at the end, just like Mrs. Vang was talking about, but this is why we need to learn these high frequency words because not all of them follow the rules that we learn. And this is one of those words. This word is some. And so we gotta stick it in our brain and lock it in so we say it correctly. S-O-M-E, some. All right, so this is a tricky one that you might want to practice so that you remember it doesn't make the long O sound because or a long vowel sound because of the E. This one just doesn't follow what we normally see with an E at the end. So it can be a little tricky for you. Let's see what it looks like in a sentence. I see some snakes. I see some snakes. How'd you do? Good. Now, because it's a tricky one of the things that might help you is to use a strategy or a fun thing with dot markers. So this is like a bingo dot marker. And what I've done is on this paper, really lightly, I wrote in yellow the word some, S-O-M-E. You can write it ahead of time. That would give you an extra practice for those really, really tricky ones. And then after you do that, you can use the dot markers to dot your letters and say the sound, or say the letters. S, we're just gonna poke it on there. Oh, let me fill that in a little bit more. O, M, and E. And you can do that a couple times, kind of like we did with our rainbow writing. You might want to, oh, we've got to make that look like an M. You might want to try it with lots of different colors and maybe make a whole collage of the high frequency word that you're working on. Some, S-O-M-E. All right, so today we learned how to spell and read the word snake, and we read it again in our sentence, and now we're going to listen to a story about a snake. I want you to listen and use some prediction. See if you can predict what's going to happen in this story. I'll see you back here in a few minutes.
Genre, fantasy. Essential question. How do we measure time? Read about how Nate the snake keeps track of time. Nate the snake is late.
It is 8 o'clock, and I cannot be late. I do not wish to make my pals wait. I must be there at 10:30, but I have lots of time until then. At last I am set and on my way there, but I think I still have some time to spare. I wade in this lake as frogs hop away. I do not think they wish to play. The sun is hot and I nap on a rock. Then I wake up and gaze at the clock. Drats! It is 10 o'clock. Can it be? Will my pals still be there for me? I dash up a lane and past the gate. I am on my way, but I am late. My 6 best pals sit with Miss Tate. I tell them all why I am late. They grin at me and then they say, now we can hear the story today.
Did you enjoy reading that story today? It's one of my favorites too, and it definitely was not about scary snakes, right? Nate is such an awesome little character. Okay, so today what I'd like us to do is to do a little retelling. So guess who I'm gonna call and have help out? Come on, Retell, come on over and help me do a little retelling.
I heard you say retell. I'm here. My name is Retell Ricky. I love to retell, Mrs. Nix.
I love that you're here to retell, Ricky, too. So here's what I have for us, because I have 2 things that we're actually going to do today. The first is I want us to look at some pictures and help me put them in order. What happened first? This picture right here shows all of the students in the class reading with the teacher. This one shows Nate, and it looks like he woke up next to a clock. And this one shows Nate sleeping on a rock. What happened, Retell? Do you remember what happened in the beginning of the story?
I sure do. In the beginning of the story, Nate woke up because he was looking at the clock. That clock says 8 o'clock. I can see that. And he doesn't want to be late.
There you go. So that is our first picture. Okay, what happened next?
And the next, Nate, let's see.
Would it be that he was on a rock, or was it that he was with the class?
He did lots of things, but he took a nap.
He did take a nap. So we're going to put this one here. Now, when we go to our retell with our words, you're going to give me some more information. All right, here's this last one. Does this go at the end?
Mm-hmm, and at the end, I see him at the library with his friends.
Okay, so tell me, Retell, one more time using our words to match our pictures. What happened at the beginning?
At the beginning of the story, Nate wakes up at 8 o'clock. He does not want to be late.
Look at his little face. Yeah, he was very surprised. So then what happens, Ricky?
Then Nate does many things, such as wade in the lake, and then he takes a nap.
That's right. Yeah, he does. He gets in the lake and he has so much fun. And then how does the story end?
And at the end, Nate gets to the library late for story hour, but his friends wait for him.
Aw, so it actually ended up having a happy ending, right?
He's got good friends.
He does have some good friends, just like I have some great friends like you, Ricky. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today and helping retell. Do you want to do a little writing?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I would love that.
Okay, well, come join me and let's look at some writing. So today, we're actually going to practice writing a letter. And this is a skill that we're going to use our whole lives. So we always want to start with, I'm wanting to say salutation, and I don't want to say a greeting. Thank you so much. I can see my friends are going to come and help me here in just a second. So let me have my friends come, and we're going to talk about it. So we've got a greeting, dear Mrs. Tate, and then we're going to have this opening piece. So we're going to be writing to Mrs. Tate, telling Mrs. Tate why Nate, we're going to pretend that we are, well, we're going to pretend we're Jake, why we were late for class. So I am sorry I was late. And my friends, can I have you come over and help me today?
Yeah, that'd be good. I like to write. I love to write letters.
Awesome, awesome. Once we have our letter, we always have a little closing here with a salutation, and we always sign our names. So when I have up here, I'm sorry I was late, what do you think I could say next?
Maybe you could tell why. Why were you late?
Why? Is that a good idea? Should we do that? All right, how could I say that? Anybody have a sentence we could use?
Well, from the story we could say, well, I woke up at 8 o'clock.
Yes, just
So
like
I didn't
Nate.
start out late.
That's true. Did wake up on time. So first, I woke up at 8 o'clock.
I know what happened next.
Okay.
Let me get it.
Ooh.
Then I waded in the lake.
Oh.
I remember that.
Yeah, that looked fun.
Now, look at this for just a second. I'm seeing some transition words right here that's really helping us because we're learning about time, and we want to know what happens first, and then next, and then last, because all of these things didn't happen at the same time. And so even in our writing, we have words that can tell us an order. And so by saying, first I woke up at 8 o'clock, and then I waded in the lake,
Yep.
now what could I do?
Well, then next, the sun was hot, and I took a nap.
Well, there you go, right there. Another transition word. So first, then, next, the sun was hot, so I took a nap. Do you get to take a nap when you're on your way to school?
Ooh, no.
I don't think any
That
of us
would
get
make
to.
you late.
I think that would make us late, which is why we're having to write our letter, right? Oh my goodness. All right. And then how do we want to close this up? You have an idea, Ricky?
I do. How about this sentence? Okay, let me get it.
Okay. All right, let me see.
I had to explain. I woke up and I dashed here. Like I had to explain. I tried to get as fast as I could.
Absolutely. Did you get here in time though?
No, but
We were a little bit late. And so then we said, thank you, Jake. But why were we writing this letter?
We were telling the teacher why that we're sorry for being late and all the things that we did that made us late.
Absolutely. So that is a great reason to write a letter to someone. Maybe it's a little bit hard to have a conversation with them. And so you want to write them a note and apologize. There's lots of reasons we can write letters, right?
I like to write my friend is Ricky's cousin,
Oh, yeah.
and I like to write. She's in Georgia, and I like to write her letters and tell her what we're doing here.
That's a great thing. We love having letters, right? Do you love receiving them?
that's a great idea. We should be writing one to Rhonda. Let's see if she will
Rhonda, yeah.
visit us. Rhonda!
Yeah, we need to see her.
fun.
All right. And so what I'd like to do right now, let's check out a story from a friend of ours. I'll see you in a second.
I'm Mrs. Shigoyan. I teach second grade at Thomas Elementary, and I want to share a book with you that I just read to my class. Boys and girls, do you ever say the wrong thing at the wrong time, or maybe do something you shouldn't do and get in a little bit of trouble? Well, I want to tell you about a book character that does that all the time. Her name is Junie B. Jones, and she is scared of Halloween in this book. She's in second grade, and she kind of wants to do Halloween, but she's scared about it, and she has to come up with a costume. I think you'll like reading about Junie B. Jones and her adventures. And there's lots of Junie B. Jones books that you can get from your school library or your public library or on Sora. So be sure to look up Junie B. Jones and find out if she gets to go trick-or-treating or not. Thank you for listening to Valley PBS.
Thank you, Mrs. Shigoyan. Oh, I love Junie B. Jones, and those are chapter books. And if you are practicing your reading and getting really good at it, that is a really good place to start with chapter books because they're a little bit easier to get started with, and you might enjoy that.
She's pretty silly.
She is really silly.
Knock!
Oh,
Who's there?
Cook!
Cuckoo.
Hey, why are you calling me a cuckoo?
That was a good one, actually. All right,
See you tomorrow.
See you then. Bye-bye.